Hey, what's going on, guys? So I came across this guy's Instagram, and I was just looking over, some Star Wars news and stuff like that in, the tabloids for Google, and I came across this post from comicbookmovie.com, which led me to Adam Brockbank's profile. And he is a film concept artist and comic artist, so as well as some other stuff. So I was actually going through it, and there seems to be some cool stuff that I'd love to go over with you guys and talk about. So let's get right into it. We're just going to go over all of his kind of portfolio for Star Wars, which actually kind of seems like the movie would have been, story-wise, still the same, but visually could have maybe been a little more exciting. Rey finding the hidden lightsabers in Luke's hut. So we did get that, but I think it would have been cool if we saw Luke's actual Return of the Jedi one. Approaching Snoke in his throne room in The Last Jedi. This is him and her. So I like what we got with Ryan's with the red. A rampaging Kylo movement for the Rise of Skywalker, there were multiple versions. So this is definitely, I think, something that could have been left in the film. One of the things that I really wanted to see in Revenge of the Sith, here comes the tweets from all the... Whee! Here comes those tweets. So the thing that I really missed in Revenge of the Sith that a lot of people also claim is Anakin actually fighting a lot of the Jedi Masters. And I feel like this would have been something that would have really shown how much he has overgrown all of their teachings and that he really was the most powerful Jedi there, that he's even beating all of the Jedi Masters. As we saw in that hologram, if you didn't know, he was fighting Jedi Master Sindrelig, played by Nick Gillard. And Jedi Master Sindrelig is actually the instructor at the school, at the temple, for lightsaber combat. So this is like the guy that would know everything about lightsaber combat and how to fight, how to duel. And Anakin was just one hand choking someone, the other hand just fighting Sindrelig, and kills him in the end. So this would have been a cool scene, I think, portraying Kylo in this more powerful light, to be able to see how actually strong he is by the ruins that he can cause by killing all of the people in his way. An idea for Kylo's quarters with Oculus. So this is him in VR, I guess. No, this is him in his quarters, which kind of has The Last Jedi sort of feel for the trailer, if you guys remember. Now, this is one that caught my eye, and this is what made me actually click on his profile. Another throne room sketch from early on in pre-production for The Rise of Skywalker. This shows Kylo badass that is so in command, he's just chilling. He's laying on his throne, right? Just doing this. And with this one arm, with this one hand, one finger, he's just lifting a dude in the air and choking him. And I wanted to see a little more of a darker, more powerful version of Kylo to really kind of embody the torment that resides within him and the darkness. Rey approaching the Death Star, nothing special there, really. Nice art, but Kessel Miners and Jawa bringing up the rear. Solo, costume designers for... Okay, well, we got some indie stuff. So this is something else I saw, early concept from Episode 9, where Rey uses the Force to reclaim the homestead, the Lars homestead, Luke's house, and uses the Force, I guess, to take all the sand off of it because it's been buried by sandstorms for so many years. Personally, I think that would have been cool. This place has been so untouched that the storms have come and gone and kind of washed it away, and it would have given the sort of illusion that or the metaphor that she is uncovering the past and she's bringing light to the Skywalker legacy, sort of, somewhat. And I roll my eyes constantly because it just reminds me of how great the sequels could have been. I really wanted to be invested in Rey. I really like Kylo Ren. He's definitely one of my top 5 characters, I would say. Top 5 to 7. He had so much potential. This is just them fighting in the ruined Death Star. Now, here's another scene. Originally, when I saw this, I thought it was Tron, but of course it's Luke and Leia. Luke training Leia. Realized I'd posted the last image before, so here's an earlier version of the same scene. Of course, the next one is, of course, Leia beating Luke. As much as I dislike the sequels, a lot of people use this as sort of contention of why the movies were bad, or partially. Leia never beat Luke, man. It's like if you're fighting a kid, are you going to beat the absolute... No, you're going to let the kid win and think that it won. Now, in Luke's situation here, because Leia is equally as strong as him, potential-wise, she hasn't trained for it, so she's not. But he's training her. He's not trying to overpower her or defeat her or anything. So, yeah, look, he's just training her. The fact that she put him on his ass, I think, is absolutely ridiculous. But it's a Disney thing, and I see why that they would do that. But at the end of the day, he's just toying with her. He's just training her, and I guess he wanted to make her feel... I'm just coping, dude. I'm just trying to cope. Let's be real. Let's be real here. Oh, jeez. Oh, yes, the favorite scene One of many versions of Kylo's room at Luke's Jedi training school, The Last Jedi. Yes. Luke coming to read a bedtime story of Darth Plagueis the Wise to Kylo. For me, honestly, the most ridiculous scene in the prequel trilogy, in the sequel trilogy here. Luke would never have done this. Like a fleeting shadow. He would never have done this. Even if he thought that, Kylo was going to kill Han Solo and kill all this. Thoughts are thoughts, dude. They don't mean anything. If he has a vision, he will work his hardest to make sure that he is there for Kylo and that he doesn't abandon him and he doesn't let him run with these thoughts, and to maybe confront him and tell him, hey, look, like, what's going on? I sent something with you. I want you to let me in. And he would eventually break through to Kylo. I know he would. Because if he saw all of these things, he'd be like, look, Kylo, I see you doing this and that. Like, I'm pretty sure the cat would be out of the bag at that point, and Kylo would have to probably go through a completely different scenario if he wanted to do that, a different plan of doing that, because he knows Luke is on his toes about it. So it's like, yeah, Luke would never have done that, I think. He saved his father, and his father had done a horrible amount of things in the galaxy for decades. Yet, he wants to kill his nephew in his sleep. Oh, come on. What do you think his sister and brother-in-law, best friend, would say to that? Hey, I killed your son in his sleep because he had some bad thoughts. It's a great outlook on people with mental health issues. Rey looking for the Wayfinder on the Death Star. He should have helped him. He should have given him the help that he needed. The Forge set where Kylo's helmet was repaired. Yeah, so this is a Japanese art called kintsugi. And this also, it seems to be a popular theme within Star Wars because it's also done with Thrawn's ship in Ahsoka. It's the art of breaking something apart and putting it back together with gold. Here, it's just a space gold, kind of, we could think of. This is also pretty cool. This is Dark Rey. I think this would have been way freakier than the Dark Rey we got. Still a totally weird sort of moment in the movie. However, this is a much better concept art piece, I think. If you guys haven't seen the concept art from Colin Trevorrow's Episode 9, I really, really encourage you to check that one out. It's quite good. Was this for Leia? At one time, Leia's death was going to be staged in her quarters in the Blockade Runner. I remember doing a similar scene for Dumbledore's funeral for the Half-Blood Prince, so maybe that's my next post. Yeah, it would have been nice for Leia to get a funeral like that. Would have been cool. The Canto Bite scene, was just such a waste of money. Waste of money for the studio. Lame. Lame, lame, lame. Cool, dude. I know that's not Star Wars, but... Room Boy. Final concept, The Last Jedi. Right. What are the comments? I love this scene. One of the strongest and best scenes in the film. Yeah, it did, actually. It did send a message of hope that there are other Force sensitives out there, but the film was still crap. Last Man Standing, Kylo's rampage early on in The Rise of Skywalker. Who is this? Oh, it's a Knight of Ren, I think. This is Dark Rey again. Dark Rey development stage concept for The Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, man. Whew. Creepy. Tangerine Dream lightsaber duel. In a sandstorm in the ruins of a homestead, early development concept. Right, so where they fight in the desert, I guess. They could have... Wait, in the ruins of the homestead? Why would they be fighting at Luke's house? That's actually kind of cool. Why would they cut that out, man? This would have been so neat to see. Yeah, what the heck? Dude, like, imagine he shows up, she goes there at the end, and he's there. You know why? That he's, like, not dead, and he's, like, embodied with the dark side? I don't know, something like that. I just want him to go back to being a badass. We didn't really get to see him at his full potential. Like, to just either be, like, dark, and then when he turned good, we only saw him for, like, a little tiny bit. I liked him good, to be honest. I liked him as a good guy, as a Jedi with a blue lightsaber, but we didn't get to see that very long. He was literally the only thing that carried the sequels. I really wish we had them enter the Mortis Temple and go around fighting in different places and terrains, making us unite and feel the battle of the century. Yeah, what could have been? This would have been cool. I love this concept art look with the backpack. Yeah, definitely would have been cool. So I'll give it a like. I like that one the most. That moment, but on a devastated Coruscant. What the freak? They were gonna do it on Coruscant? Well, that was a concept, I guess. Oh man, when concept art is better than the real movie. Yeah, but let's just go do it on freaking Jakku or wherever it was. Lame. All right, what else we got going on here? Force Dyad, I think. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Ooh, Kylo in the Clone Labs. What? Kylo in the Clone? Why not, bro? You guys have no idea how much I would have loved to love the sequel trilogy, man. 3 new Star Wars movies that carry on the story of the Skywalker saga. Like, you have no idea how much I wanted to like it. And it makes me so mad that, like, I passionately don't, you know? It's funny that, like, people always say, like, oh, you know, you hate the sequel trilogy because it makes you more money. It's like, dude, I built the channel because I loved the first 6 films. Imagine if I loved all 9, you know? How much content I'd want to dive into. How many more people would be happy as well because it was good. I definitely would have loved for them to flesh out the Palpatine cloning more. This is awesome. Is it me, or did Rise of Skywalker require the greatest amount of concept art out of all these sequels? It's actually fascinating to see how the movie evolved. What clone? Vader, Snoke? No, just the freaking cloning facility, man. Like, you know that, like, this looks like the background could be something salvaged. Some sort of, like, amount of infrastructure that was salvaged from the bombing of Camino. Jeez, bro. What a waste. Come on, that would have been so cool. Kylo at the threshold of the cloning laboratory back when we were considering a super clean white intermediary chamber surrounded by attendants and being decontaminated. Wild. Hey, what's this? An early concept demonstrating Rey's power on a scorched planet. Okay, so literally Cal Kestis style in Jedi Survivor. What the freak? Oh my god, dude. That's crazy levels of OP. And Kylo's just standing there. Oh, man. You know what? You can't say it wouldn't be cool to see. As much as, you know, she's just overly powered all the time, you can't say it wouldn't have been cool to see. I hope we can see Rey for more for next Star Wars film. God, gorgeous work. Looks cool. Thank God this trash never got in the movie. Oh my god, dude. I think that... Whatever. It would have been cool. The movie was already trash, so it makes no difference. At least let's have some cool Force powers. Yeah, the Force Unleashed vibes. Absolutely. The guy nailed it. 100%, dude. This is the hand floating in space. Didn't we see all this? Why is it repeating itself? Okay, here we go. Some early versions of Kylo's private quarters pre-White Room. Yeah, I think this is cooler. Oh, what's the deal with this? Rey at the Homestead Graves. Oh, yeah, okay, she's burying them. Sandstorm on Tatooine and Kylo's shuttle, another narrative experiment from early on. Rey entering the Homestead garage and finding Luke's model Skywalker. Yeah, these would have been cute. Oh my god! Just turning on lightsaber. What? Dude? Okay, that would have been pretty cool. They would have seen the blue lightsaber and they would have just shit their pants and ran away because they remember the tales of Anakin Skywalker doing that. But it might have been a different village, we'll see. Yeah. Wow, really cool. Really freaking cool. Rey's return to Tatooine, thought it would be great for her to discover sand people fighting over salvage. Yeah, been. What's this? Skywalker seemed the only choice. Okay, yeah. Staying with Dark Rey, this one was closer to Luke's force vision on Dagobah, disintegrating helmet revealing. Yeah, that would have been too close to home. Whoa, he's a creepy! Another Dark Rey from early on pre-production. Damn! More dark. Creepy as hell. With Sith eyes. Did she have Sith eyes in the one that we saw? Early experiments. I think she did, right? Did she? Hold on. Where is it? Where's the real one? No, she didn't. What the How can you do that and not... Okay, whatever. What's done is done. This is way better. Way cooler looking. The whole thing. Taken right out of it. Hello, Instagram. Okay, so this is the original first post. Wow, this guy's very talented. Very, very talented guy. Has concept art I have never, ever seen before, and probably will never see again. But these are pretty cool, and it shows us what the movie could have looked like a little bit differently. You know, I imagine that the story would have probably been slightly different and taken a bit of a different tone if some of these things were in there, especially the TIE fighter being cut on Coruscant and the different planets that we saw in some of the concept art. I personally think that the film would have been slightly better. But again, the story was still very lackluster, very disjointed, and something that was put together at the last minute. You know, the actors themselves didn't even know who Rey really was, and they were muddling with different ideas. Muddling is a word. With different ideas of her being a Kenobi, and then her being a nobody, and then her being a Palpatine at the last second. This isn't planning, my friends. You don't get several different writers and directors to be handling the final 3 films of a very accomplished saga, you know. So, who's this guy? Force cult on Jeddah in Rogue One. Oh, neat. Oh, that's awesome. Cool. I like that. I like that. Oh, cool. Fluff. Nice. Rio costume. Okay, so he's done a lot of work for... Hey, he's a very talented guy. Very cool concept art. I hope you guys enjoyed... Oh, yeah, freaking Doug Chang follows him, too. What is this supposed to be? Abeloth? Who's this? No. Okay. Tim Burton. Awesome. Another fan of his movies. You know, if you guys really want to go look at some really amazing concept art for what the Rise of Skywalker was originally going to be, which was Duel of the Fates, you go and you look at Colin Trevorrow concept art, which I made a video on years ago, but we can always go back to it if we so wish. Hope you enjoyed today's video and you got a kick out of it. Let me know which one was your favorite, and considering giving this talented artist a follow. Hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. I'll see you all in the next one.